Alright, so let's make some score. To start off, we're going to need a score class and some sort of object that will represent our score. Let's drop in this circle and we're going to shrink it down and make it the same color as our score up here just to make it consistent. Let's just take that. There we go. And now we have our score. Nice. So pretty simple looking. We're going to make it have this new class script called coin. We'll call them coins. When you open up the coin script, you can start working on that. But first we want to make it have a circle collider, and we're going to make it be a trigger. So there's a few ways you can do this. You can make it so the coin has a tag, and when the platformer touches the coin, then it will register that it was obtained. But I want to make it so the coin has a trigger, and when the platformer touches the coin will call it. You can either have the platformer call it as being taken or the coin call it. I think it's easier to have the coin call it. So our bug, our little player, is already tagged with player, and we can work with that too. We're going to open up our coin, type in void on trigger, enter 2D, collider 2D, called col, and if col.tag, so if the person, do game object.tag, if the person who touches us or whatever touches us has the tag player, then we're going to call add score, which will just be a little method we have in here. So add score. I don't know where that H came from. I don't know. Don't ask. So now we can make it so we get ourselves some score. And I might not even need the start function. If you don't need something, just get rid of it. So I was acting like I was doing an abstract class there. So now we want to make our add score. So the first step would be to take our player preferences, which we actually didn't use yet. And this is a simple video on making a simple platformer, so I'm going to use player preferences. They're not the most secure things, as in like players can go into the files and maybe find the values and change them to give themselves more score. However, they will work for this purpose. I do recommend actually serializing your data, which I can show you in a different video. It's very safe and it won't be able to be adjusted. But this is a simple tutorial, so if I get into serializing, it kind of defeats the purpose of being a simple tutorial. Anyways, player prefs dot set int, and we're going to call it coin, or score, I guess. Setting score to player prefs dot get int score plus 1. So this is how much your score is worth. If you want to make one thing be worth like 100, which I guess I'll just do for the frick of it, then that will make each thing worth 100. If you make it 1, each thing will be worth 1. So player prefs are universal integers, strings, or booleans throughout your file project that can be changed. And they're pretty useful for making simple data that gets saved when you quit the game, or saves in between scenes. That's why we're using them. And you can also now destroy your coin because it got collected. And maybe we'll play a sound too, but I don't have any sounds. Maybe I'll make a sound. So this is as simple as a coin can really get. If you get touched, it adds score, and that's that. But now we want to make it so our canvas will display our score. So we're going to make a cool variable here, which can be used. We're going to call it display. I call the variable, it's a class. It's going to be called display player pref. So what this is going to do is take any text we put this onto, it will display whatever player pref we want, which is awesome. So in update, we're going to actually we do need a void awake just to set some stuff up. So we need to be using Unity Engine.ui, and we need to make it so we have our UI stuff ready. So call it t text t and think that's all we need actually. So we're gonna say t equals get component text, and we're good on that. Now we can go to our update, and we're gonna make it so our just our t dot text, easy as that, is gonna be equal to, I don't know how I got down there, equal to, and we gotta make a string here, a public string called player pref name. Okay, so now we can do score system. So when we load up the thing, if you just put in the player pref name, which we decided was score, into here, it should display our score in the top left. It's currently oh, my bad. Okay, I'm sorry. This is supposed to be get int. Okay, so now we're gonna get int player pref name, and it's gonna display that up here. Cannot convert type into string. Should just be getting it. Oh, right. So we have to convert our into a string by just by doing that. I will do it for you. You just have to add in a blank string. Good. So that exactly there, just copy that down, and now when we collect this little dot, we get 100 points per dot, which is pretty neat. And we can make this dot, or our score, and do a prefab now, and put it with our prefabs, and just drag them around the map however we please. Stay organized. I recommend you make a new thing and call it the scores, I guess, and then put all your scores in here. So Control Shift N to create a new one called scores. And now you can put your scores throughout the map. So let's put them here, like that. Maybe one like over here for the video's sake. Drag them around there. Obviously, you'd want to take more time with your game. There maybe, and one over there. Cool. Now we can walk around and collect score. And as you notice, each time we load up the level, our score will remain the same. If you ever want to erase the score, if you want to erase it every time you play the level, just make it so maybe in your player, say in start, then your player prefs dot score, or player prefs set int score to 0. And now whenever you start the game, your score will get reset. But you want to reset your score in a better manner, because if we got to level 2 and it was a different scene, our score would get reset. Maybe you want to keep the same score throughout the game. That's up to you. So we have a basic score working now. I actually want to change the color of this text though, because it's not looking like pitch black. If I'm going to go with a dark color, yeah, it's a lot better. Cool. Looks like a simple Flash game. So if you want to reset your score, you can do that. I'm going to leave it there for now, but we'll probably remove it later. We're in 9 minutes right now. I'll go into animating the score, I guess. So you can make them do whatever you want, just like a normal animation. I'm just going to call it a score, put it into our animator, and we'll make it so like after like 30 seconds, maybe the score just like goes in. My bad. We want to just adjust the scale X. Go like in a bit. That. It looks like it's rotating. If you want to make it look like it's rotating, you can do that too. My bad, I meant to copy this one and paste it there. Now the score is like pulsing, which is kind of cool. Do whatever you want with your score. If you want this to happen to all the score, just press apply on the one that you just changed, and now they will all do that little pulse thing. Little animation. And that's that. That's how you make score. So I guess next time we'll do the goal system. Maybe like you get a goal and you go to the next level. And we can do hazards, all sorts of stuff. Maybe we'll do hazards. Anyways, thanks for watching.